This is our destination today. It's a swimming hole up under the Mogollon Rim. Join us as we explore and discover all the gems on this trail under the Mogollon Rim. We're on Highway 87 heading north out of Payson. Right before you get out of town, you hang a right on this road. We'll follow this road for a few miles until we come to this parking lot, hang a right into this parking lot, and start here at our trailhead. Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're in the trailhead parking lot this morning. I'm going to have Nick, my nephew, pan around the parking lot so you can see what it looks like. We're just going into a swimming hole here. It's a great place to swim. There's lots of these swimming holes under the rim. If you find one and it's way up on a trail, keep it, because a lot of people like to come into these places and swim. You follow the trail upstream from the parking lot. There's several choices. They all just follow the creek the entire way. It's a beautiful little hike, and there's swimming holes all along the way. So take your pick, stop at any one of the swimming holes you like, and enjoy the rest of the day. It's a beautiful little hike. You can see that the water's a little murky this year. Between the light snow year with just a little bit of runoff and a light monsoon season, not a lot of water coming down through this creek and cleaning it out. So it is a little murky, but still cool water and still moving water. So fortunately, there's not a lot of algae in it. It's just moving along just a little slower than normal. The canyon narrows here pretty quick, so it leaves a great place for some cliff jumping and some additional great rock configurations like you find in any narrow section of a creek or a canyon. I'm gonna pan around, kind of a glare off the sun, but this is a gorge section of the trail. It's really pretty here. Try and get the waterfalls down below us. Let's see what we got here. Here's a little one here. The creek wraps around this large rock configuration and makes two pretty waterfalls on either side of the configuration. Pretty cool. We continue to head up this narrow section of the canyon where there's a few more cascades and waterfalls. This section of the creek looks like it's typically covered with water. In fact, it's got a lot of natural slides on it. Looks like a fun place to slide down the rocks. The creek just winds through all these rocks. You can tell that most of the time it's flowing over them, but we're in a low water year. Not a lot of snow, not a lot of monsoon rains. Towards the top of the trail, we're back into the tall pines. Pretty back in here. Because this is a perennial stream, we saw a lot of squirrels down here and a couple of rabbits as well. There's no real trail through this section of the canyon. You just kind of pick your way through the rocks and the shrubbery depending on the water levels for the year. I wouldn't worry too much about getting lost. You just head upstream. So you can wind around back here in the trees like I am, or you can go out on the flat. Just depends on how high the water is. On a wetter year, we probably wouldn't be doing a lot of this. We come around the corner and we're facing the fall and the main swimming hole. Again, this is a foot or two lower than normal, but the slide is still a lot of fun on that rock face. We're up above the falls at this point, just looking upstream a little bit, and I'll pan back down so you can see the falls from the top. This is a beautiful shot looking downstream from the top of the waterfall. It's a beautiful little canyon. I can't imagine what it would look like when the water's flowing faster and clearer. So we reached our destination today. It's this great little swimming hole, and of course you've seen all along the way all the beautiful cascades that you get on this entire hike. So it's a beautiful hike. In fact, on a higher water year, you would enjoy it even more. Water is 1 or 2 feet down from normal. But join us as we explore and discover all these gems in this canyon under the Mogollon Rim. We're on Highway 260 headed east out of Payson, and we'll make a right off of Highway 260 down this short Forest Service road into the parking lot. Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're in the parking lot of our trailhead to the second swimming hole that we're going to today. I'll pan around so you can see exactly what's in the background. This hike is only about 0.9 miles, but this is the closest parking lot other than the campground that's on the other side. We're headed south out of the parking lot because we want to go to the downstream entrance into this narrow section of the canyon where the swimming holes are. Looking back towards the parking lot, you get a great view of the Mogollon Rim, but we'll keep heading south. And we come to this little gorge with this great rock climbing and rappelling cliff. Not what we were looking for, but a great find. So it's kind of fun to see a nice rock climbing and rappelling wall in this gulch on the way over to the downstream side of the swimming holes we're looking for. Unfortunately, this section was a little impassable, so we decided not to head down to the creek, but instead cross country over to the main upstream side where the swimming holes are. Even though we found an intermittent trail, the intermittent trail looks more like a game trail that leads up to the gorge and meanders along the side of it off and on. We did the same thing. We just meandered in the right direction until we connected with the main trail. This road right here is actually the main trail. You go up through this gate. This is quite a tall gate and fence. I'm assuming it's to keep the elk off the highway. This gate is just held together with a twisted wire. You go through the gate and then parallel the highway all the way down to the main trail and then head south to the swimming holes. So you got a gate on this trail, keep the cattle in or the deer or elk out or whatever. This is a pretty high fence, so just make sure we go through and reattach it. I'm taking us back to the cross-country trail that we took that paralleled the rim before we dropped down into the water holes. The west entrance was too hard to get into, so we're hiking back to the east entrance to this swimming hole. But you can see all the swimming holes down below us. Just one swimming hole after another. Lots of great swimming holes. After cross-countrying alongside the canyon cliff, we intersected with the main trail, and we'll take that down to the swimming holes. So if you lose your way, it's kind of an obvious direction finder right there. And so we'll take a right. And they give us even more. Pretty easy trail to follow, short trail, quick trail. Made for the people who like to swim, not hike. At this point, we're just dropping straight down into the canyon and right to the water holes. We'll parallel the water the entire way. We were a little disappointed when we got down to the swimming holes. I expected a lot more water in the creek. I've seen this creek on dry years and fished this creek on dry years, and it has a lot more water in it than this. So I was a little disappointed not to see the stream flowing a little stronger and the swimming holes being a little clearer. Low water or high water, any way you look at it, it's still a beautiful canyon with some great swimming holes in it. Just not as clear and cool as it's been in the past. I hope you're able to enjoy this as a swimming hole.